G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And we've got loads of wines in front of us because this week is the best dozen of 2009.
Oh my god, it's hard to believe we've reached the end of the year already, but these 12 wines are 12 that we thought stood out over the year.
Yeah, out of 150 odd wines, these are the 12. Well, in fact, 11 and one missing. We'll talk about that a bit more. But these are the ones that we decided were the absolute duck's nuts, the bee's knees of what we looked at.
Now, not necessarily talking price here either. We've tried to pick things from different price points, different styles. So, look, we've got a whole range to get through, so we might as well get cracking.
Go.
All right, I'm going to kick off with a Moscato. Now, we've talked about this the last couple of summers, a few years we've been going. This is the All Saints Moscato, one of the better styles around. Really popular summer drink, light in alcohol, a little bit of fizz, fantastic.
Yeah, my mum and sister love that one. Now, something a little bit light also, the Pusey Vale Riesling. This is the 09. Unbelievable. There are people out there giving it high 90s, not just middle 90s, high 90s ratings, and at the moment I'm seeing it under $14 in the big chains. That is an extreme bargain for an extremely good wine. That could not miss out on the best dozen.
No, and look, speaking of great value wines and moving to summer as well, we've picked out the Wera Wera Rosé. We had to throw a rosé in here because, look, let's be honest, we love our little rosés, and Wera Wera winery in top form. The Mrs. Wiggly is their really sort of bottom end stuff, but don't mistake that for quality. The Mrs. Wiggly Rosé is a really good example of the style. Chill it down, nice warm day, fantastic.
Now, super bargain territory. The Dean de Bordeley Vat 8 Shiraz. Now this you'll find under $10 a bottle. If you can find a better wine under $10, I'll go he for Tiggy. This is a supremely good wine for the money. And look, it's a great wine at any price probably. Well, not $100, but that's a ripper. And de Bordeley, the Dean series, really good across the range. Perfect for the barbie.
Yeah, look, and switching to another bargain, look, let's be honest, they're all bargains here, but Yalumba's the Scribbler, named in honour of their little bit more expensive, the Signature. This one comes in regularly at under $20 a bottle. It's a Cabernet Shiraz blend. They've just brought it out over the last couple of years because the quality of the grapes that Yalumba have got access to at the moment are just outstanding. Really remarkable value for money. Yalumba the Scribbler, Cab Shiraz, a good little blend.
Next one, the Stefano Lubiana Pinot from Tassie. Look, this one, the Primavera, the spring style, this is a ripper. I love this. You'll find it at kind of $30 odd, but geez, I really think this is one of the best Pinots going at almost any price in Australia. The Stefano Lubiana Primavera, that one, definitely one of my picks.
Look, and another Pinot that we're going to have a look at, although in absence, we didn't quite get it in time, is the Hoddles Creek Pinot. And look, this one goes down as probably one of the best bargain Pinots going around, because what the guys out at Hoddles Creek in the Yarra Valley are doing is remarkable for the price points that they're selling their wines for. Both the Pinot and the Chardonnay are fantastic. It was a toss-up between the two. I thought we'd throw in another Pinot because we've got a few Pinot lovers out there. And look, it's great to see that you can now get a really good value Pinot for around the $20 mark, and you just don't have to spend exorbitant amounts to get great quality stuff. So good on Hoddles Creek.
Yeah. Now, the next wine, for me, this was my first pick. The one that was straight through to the semis without dropping a set.
In fact, I think we both agreed on that.
Yeah, the Shaw & Smith 2007 Shiraz. This was an absolutely stunning wine from this year. If it wasn't the best wine released in the entire of 2009, then it's probably only being beaten by things like Grange that we couldn't get our hands on to the giveaway to you. But the 07 Shiraz from Shaw & Smith, absolute ball terror, that one.
Look, and moving to another fantastic wine, but at a little bit cheaper price point, the D'Arenberg Darries Original. This is one of those reliable wines that you can buy year in, year out. It's a Shiraz Grenache blend, something that D'Arenberg do very well both individually and blended together. They bring it here into a little bottle that sells for around the $20 mark in most of the retailers. And look, they still use all of their traditional methods. They're just producing an outstanding number of different wines. The D'Arenberg range is just quite phenomenal. Darries Original, if you've only got $20 in your pocket and you're looking for great value wine, then this is a good one.
Yeah, look, no surprise D'Arenberg are in there, but also no surprise the Giaconda are in there. Probably best known around the world at the moment for the Chardonnay. I think that the Warner Vineyard Shiraz will overtake that at some stage. Brilliant, just a wine that really speaks of place, that terroir style idea of winemaking. You're not going to open this up and think it's from McLaren Vale. If you win this set, and we'll talk more about that later, you'll open up this, you will know you're drinking Rick Kinsbrunner's wine from Beechworth, no mistaking, and it is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, one of the best Shiraz in Australia that's not from the Barossa. Now looking at one of our favourites, a Cab Sav. I think it's the only single varietal Cab Sav we've got in the best dozen, but this is an absolute ripper. This is the Zima Family Selection Cabernet. Now, this is one of those Cabernets that, sure, you could open it up, drink it now. It actually drinks very well as a young Cabernet, but this is one of those ones you're better off laying it down just for a few years, maybe if you can, 5. This will go the distance for longer than that, 10, maybe 15 if it sell it well, and it will just develop that complexity. The tannins will soften out. Zima, their Coonawarra Cabernets are just year in, year out, fantastic value. The Family Selection, they're top of the tree, great wine.
It certainly is. Now, finishing things off with the Brown Brothers Sticky. We all know out there that I love my dessert wines. Ports, Muscats, Tokais, and the Botrytised style. This is a noble Riesling. And look, probably year in, year out, people rave about the De Bordeley noble one. This, the Brown Brothers Patricia, this year blew me away. This wine is absolutely stunning and deserves to be the top of the tree for Australian white, sticky dessert wines. It is an absolute ripper. Half bottle of that, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it's really putting its hand up to say, hey, noble one, look at me.
Now, how do you win all of this? Well, the answer is we've got 2 sets of the complete best dozen to give away to subscribers, followers and friends. So if you're an email subscriber, you'll go into the draw. If you're a follower on Twitter, you'll go into the draw. If you're a friend on Facebook, you'll go into the draw.
There are so many different ways to enter, Dan. Just get on and just join up everywhere.
Yeah, so there's more information on the website, information on Twitter, information on Facebook. Make sure you're in the running to win this complete set, because look, there's some wines there that are just unbelievable. Gioconda, Shaw and Smith, Zimas, Darrenbergs. Well, you will have loads of fun if you're one of the 2 winners.
Yeah, I would like to drink this over Christmas. In fact, I might take all these home, Dan.
I think we better stop you from doing that. And anyhow, that's it for this year and the best dozen. We'll see you all again in the new year.
Thanks for tuning in this year. It's been great to have the support, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2010.
Yeah, see you then.